Hello, friend. My name is Ryan McGinn. This is my channel, Return to Magic. I created this channel because I am very interested in human consciousness, in human potential, in the potential of the human mind and the human heart. And to me, consciousness, love, and magic are really synonymous. And we can tap into that potential when we go dig deeper into our mind, into our hearts. And over the past 4 years, I studied a particular form of meditation called the Theta Brainwave Meditation. And through it, I uncovered a lot within my subconscious mind. And it's unlike hypnosis in that you're completely conscious of what's underneath the surface. And after kind of surfing and exploring the subconscious mind for 4 years, I was really able to uncover a lot of the art of the possible with the human potential of the human mind and the human heart. And all I want to do now is share everything that I've learned with other people, because I truly believe that not only will it enrich your life, potentially change your value system, set your mind at ease, create your life, allow you to create a better life for yourself. What it ultimately does is allows you to know who you are at the deepest level, and allows you to know yourself, to truly know yourself. And it's been the greatest journey and one of the greatest feelings, I've ever experienced in my entire life. And so this channel is dedicated to sharing that, really sharing love with other people, to expand love in its greatest form and allow people to experience the feelings and the experiences that I felt over the past years. So it's a spiritual channel. It is delving deep into psychology. We'll touch on physiology. We'll touch on the Theta Brainwave meditation technique. We'll talk about human consciousness. We'll talk about virtues. And we'll talk about really creating what you want to create in your life, what you're really here to create. What are your passions? What are your purpose? I'm really fascinated with what feelings we can generate inside of us when we live from the inside out instead of living outside in from the external world. How deep can we go into meditation and discover all these little gems of possibilities, and ultimately the divinity that lives within yourself, your highest potential and your highest self, and how can we uncover that, align with that, and live a more purposeful, meaningful life. So if you're interested in any of these topics, in human consciousness, human potential, and spirituality and magic, follow this channel, and please comment what any challenges that you may have in life, and I'll create a video about it. My journey up to this point was really one of, I wouldn't say happenstance, but it was not something I was actively looking for in spirituality to really solve problems in my life. I think definitely my background was kind of a bootstrap mentality. You do everything yourself, and it was very individualistic. So that's ultimately a product of the Western world saying, and especially the American ideal and the Protestant work ethic saying, you're here and to do your work, and a lot of what you do in your life is ultimately up to you, and it's done by you. And there's a lot of great stuff that can be unpacked from that, but on the not so light side, it can be very heavy, and it can be that burden of responsibility, and that individuality can be very extreme to where you're not connected with others. So like a lot of other people in the world, especially this day and age in this society, that created um, a heaviness in me, and a lot of it was born of being afraid to be poor. Um, and in my story in particular, it created a sort of, there's a lot of things that I teased apart and I unfolded and kind of broke down over the past 4 years, but the main themes that I struggled with were fear of poverty, which manifested as workaholism. There was anxiety, which I attempted to solve through, again, just working through it. And then there was a fear of authority, which I didn't really solve for, other than, again, working hard enough to appease and please the authorities that in my life. So, and this is perceived authority anywhere it may manifest. So a lot of it came out as a boss at work or management, people that have authority, had authority over me or perceived authority over me in my work life. So there was an interesting thing, like through my journey of personal development, there was something I was introduced to called a primary question. And a primary question is something that you ask every day, but you may not be fully aware of it until you say it out loud, and then you think, yes, definitely, that's what's consuming a lot of my thoughts and actions and subconscious mind. And my primary question was, how do I get better? And the problem with that, there's many good things about it, right? Because I'm always looking to improve myself. So on the surface, it looks great. It says, oh, how do I get better? How do I make more money? How do I look better, take care of myself better, take care of other people around me better? How do I improve my relationships? How do I improve my emotions? How do I improve all this stuff, which can generate great many fruits in your life? The problem with it is that it presupposes that I'm not enough. So where I may be creating externally a lot of great things in my life, inside I feel like I'm not enough. And so even though I can create a lot of abundance and great things in my life, it's not aligned internally where I can actually enjoy those things. The feelings that I have when I see all of these things that I've created around me is actually negative, emptiness, anxiety, fear that I'll lose these things, and ultimately a sense of dissatisfaction in my purpose and my mission and my being, of living partially, not feeling whole, not feeling good enough, and constantly having to compensate for that. So I heard that question and I just broke down crying immediately, and I knew that was exactly my question that I always ask myself, and my subconscious always keeps coming back to. So that really got me started and being very, very interested in the mind, and particularly the subconscious mind, and how there are belief systems that we're not necessarily aware of that can be really creating the life that we either want to live or don't want to live. And it can be as simple as that, but essentially there are beliefs that act as programs that are running our life. Now, the beauty of this is that through discovery and through practice, I've developed tools and techniques to go not only observe and understand what those programs are, what those belief systems are, but also change them in a way that serves me, in a way that can be lighter, I can feel more purposeful, more meaningful. I can feel joy, and I can feel peace, and I can feel at ease while I'm creating the things in my life. And when I do create those things in my life, it's icing on the cake. It's saying, I feel good, I feel whole, I feel enough, I am worthy. And then out of that wholeness, I've created my reality. And there are ways to do that. There's many ways to do it. And as I've discovered, and a lot of that I was trying to do through the conscious mind. I had a long history of doing personal development ever since late high school, early college. I was always into reading lots of books, starting businesses, doing Tony Robbins stuff, doing events, doing seminars, always trying to improve myself. And which is great. You can come a long, long way doing all this conscious work, all this conscious action, all this activity. And a lot of that will change your physiology, it can change your psychology, it can change your mindset, and it can definitely change a lot of the things that you've created around you. But this was the first time where I was introduced to the concept that your subconscious mind is actually responsible for 90% of your thoughts, which then turn to your actions, which then result as your life. So I thought, well, if I could be here and be a Western success, have a great paying job, work my way up the ladder, being paid well over 6-figure salary, have a nice house, a nice car, a nice relationship, all these things. If I can do all of this through my conscious mind, what am I capable if my attention goes to the 90% that's actually creating my life? So if I'm just operating on 10% and I'm able to create these things, what can I do when I actually look and see what are my roadblocks and barriers at the 90% level? And that's where you're truly unlocking what I believe is you're truly unlocking human potential within the human mind and the human heart. And it was true. So for the past 4 years, that's what I studied. I dedicated myself to studying a technique that allows your mind to slow down, to calm down, to silence the noise in your life so far down that you're able to access what you truly believe about yourself and the world and life, and then change any limiting belief that you have in your mind and install an empowering belief. And then from this new program, this new operating system that you've created, that you've designed, that you've written, you're able to align with what you truly value in life and create a higher truth, so that when you go through life, you are attracting what you want, and you're going through life and accomplishing things and overcoming challenges with an ease and a grace that you've never had before. So it's truly not so much a learning, but an unlearning. It's unlearning all of the programs that really create resistance in your life. So instead of pushing the rock up the hill and using all of your effort, it's truly using tools that allows you to. It's almost like you're resting, relaxing, and letting the rock roll down the hill by itself. So when I understood the potential of this, I really dove in. I really got not obsessive, but dedicated. I was very, very curious. I was infinitely curious about the potential of this. So I dove deep. I ended up taking about 12 or 13 different courses. And these are intensive courses. Some last 3 days, some last 3 weeks, 8 hours a day. And you're doing these practices where you're diving into your subconscious mind and you're realigning your virtues and values, and you're really redesigning what your life looks like. And today I'm a completely different person than I was 4 years ago, and every year up to now, over each of those milestones, every year for the past 4 years, I felt like a different person, just because of how much work I was doing on myself and how many limiting beliefs that I found within myself that I didn't want anymore, and I just let go. I just let go of it. What's interesting is when you dig into these things, you think, well, why did I believe that? Why why something so awful or so limiting or so self-deprecating be within my subconscious? And you learn that in some capacity it does help you, but letting those things go and installing more empowering beliefs, it helps you even more. It helps from a higher truth, and it helps with a cleaner fuel. So I can achieve wealth by being afraid of poverty, but fear is not a clean fuel. It's a very dirty fuel that is wrought with not feeling great the whole time you're building wealth. There's fear. You're living in fear. So what this allows you to do is essentially replace that fear with another form of motivation. I can build wealth out of peace and abundance and wholeness within myself, and maybe my passion. Talking to you right now about everything that I've learned, it's my passion. I light up. I love it. I love talking to people. I love sharing this with people. So what if I replaced building wealth? I replaced my fear of being poor to build wealth. I replaced that fear with my passion to share. And that's how I build wealth. It's a cleaner fuel. So this is just one of infinite number of things we can do with this kind of technique. So through these videos, my intention is to share this. My intention is to really share all of the beautiful feelings that I've learned over the past few years, really help people become who they want to be. And as simple as that, I want to help you become who you want to be. I want to help uncover who you really are. I want to help you unlearn all of the heavy programs. I want to help you detach from fear and anxiety, work stress, a work email feeling like a saber-toothed tiger chasing you. I want to help you install wonderful, beautiful feelings so you can feel that every day. Do what you really want to do. And so in the past, I've helped people really start up their passion again. What are their hobbies? Can we turn that into something where you're building wealth for yourself? You're building abundance. What are the feelings that you want to have? What are the relationships that you want to have for yourself? All of the answers are within. And I think sometimes it just takes another perspective. It just takes another guide. It just takes another story. It just takes another phrase or a word of encouragement to change these things. And this is what this channel is dedicated to. It's to help elevate your consciousness to a place where you feel empowered, you feel joy, you feel that spark of life again. You can really start designing the life that you want to have and create the feelings that you want to have right now. So that's what I want to put out into the world now, because I've gathered so much information and knowledge and wisdom through really just diving deep into the subject matter. This channel is dedicated to pouring that back out into you if you're ready to have these experiences. So thank you for watching this, and I just want to set the intention for you to have a beautiful day, to have wonderful synchronicities in your life. May the joy and abundance of life be full within you. And until next time, I hope that you return to your magic. Thank you.